This here is Backwoods Billy coming to you from the beautiful Delmarva Eastern Shore, reviewing a beer called Presidente. Presidente is a Dominican beer. It's technically a Pilsner style beer, a lager obviously. 1935 was established and is actually a dark beer. And it was named after the president then, I don't know who that was. And in the 1960s, they changed it to a Pilsner style beer because basically they were influenced a lot in Dominican Republic by the United States, obviously, and Mexico, and other Caribbean countries. And lagers were very popular. This is what is considered an adjunct lager. An adjunct is not a derivative term at all. It basically just means anything that's not malted barley. So if you put unmalted barley in there, it's an adjunct. If you put molasses, it's an adjunct. If you put that type of stuff is considered an adjunct. Now this does have corn, okay, in it, and it also has sugar, hops, and malted barley. So purified water. In 2012, it was acquired by AB InBev, which obviously is Anheuser-Busch. That's who imports it. If you go over to the Dominican Republic and you're in a resort, or if you go into anywhere over there and you ask for a cerveza, this is what you're going to get. It is the official beer of the president. It is the #1 selling beer. It's the best beer. It's what is identified as the best of the Dominican Republic. They love the beer. Now, additionally, in Florida, they sponsor a couple teams. One being the Miami Marlins, two being the Miami Heat, three being the Hurricanes, the college teams. They also sponsor several NCAA football events and teams. Also, the Orange Bowl typically is sponsored by Presidente. Now, I saw a lot of bad reviews about this beer, and I looked at the beer before I bought it, and it's a 22-ounce bomber, and nowhere did I see any sediment in the bottle, which I heard people say, and it's a green bottle, so it could be skunky. That's possible, but I doubt it. I think I paid $1.38 or $1.83, but I've seen it around, and after I saw a couple negative reviews about it, I wanted to try one. I personally can tell you this, over here, if you do go over there, you will get this beer. And over in the Caribbean, I've had it. Red Stripe's a big beer. If you go to Jamaica, obviously you can get it in the United States. This is also imported to the United States and several Caribbean countries. Now, in my opinion, it's a decent beer over there. Now, I haven't seen the difference between over here and over there. This is 5% alcohol by volume. A nice pop to the top, and it's a pop top, not a twist off bullshit. So I like that. Now, this is technically what you should serve it in. It's a Pilsner style glass. You can also serve it in a typical pint style glass. It's not a big deal. Whichever one you want to do is fine. Now I will go ahead and serve it in the Pilsner style, just due to the fact that it's what's to be served in. Now we're doing our pour. Now I heard it had very little head. Now I just elevated a little bit to get more head. You can see it has plenty of head, plenty of carbonation. It's light, not quite straw color, darker than some lagers, a lot of carbonation, more carbonated than some lagers, a little darker than you'll see like a lot of your Pilsner styles, Bohemian, things like that. Looks delicious to me right here. A lot of lacing on the glass, a lot of bubbles. All right, floral. You get the biscuit, the malt.
Got some foam on your nose.
I got a big nose. I want some foam on my nose. Just like my dogs after sniffing for some turkeys. Anyway, tastes good. I mean, it's like I said, it has the floral aroma to it up front. You get the malt. Some of the grainy from the corn, you can get that, and some of the sweetness from that as well when you taste the beer. See some grassy notes to it. I don't see anything in here that is any type of particle floating. I don't see this as the hops being skunky. As a matter of fact, it seems to be what it's supposed to be with the hops, which is floral. That's typically a Pilsner style.
It's got plenty of bubbles.
Pardon me?
Got plenty of bubbles.
It's got a ton of carbonation. And the mouthfeel is on the heavy side of light, almost a medium, which is a lot of your Pilsner beers will be lighter style. And I would say the bitterness is probably 30, 35 IBUs. That's a guess. But That's about where you'd be at with a typical Pilsner style beer. Now, is a clear bottle can degrade, then it would be the green, and then it would be the brown. And technically, the can is the best. But you guys better get off the door. Sorry, dogs flipping out. But anyway, the 22 ounce for a little over $1. I mean, that's malt liquor category of price. I just want to try it because over here, anytime you get an import beer, if you, for example, I'm going to review London's Pride by Fuller. That's actually brewed in the UK. It's a craft beer. It's been around forever over there, and it was revamped, I think, in 2000. They revamped in 2013, revamped the whole factory to make it more consistent. And I would gather that if there was any consistency at all in the beer, it was probably before Anheuser-Busch took it over and put all new brewing equipment in. And that's one of the things, if you look at Fuller's, one of the things when the new CU took over the helm, basically what he did was he acquired all new brewing equipment to make the beer more consistent. And I can tell you that anytime you look at some of the craft beers around here, they're going to use fresh apples or fruit. You can get inconsistency depending on when you get that fruit, who you get it from, versus if they're going to do a ton of it from different farms and combine it. It's going to marry the differences, and you'll get a consistent result every time. This beer, to me, hits all the marks of a Pilsner. I would say it's a little more carbonated than you typically see. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can see it's still got a lot of bubbles to it. The Pilsners are carbonated more like champagne, and it still has head, still has lacing, and that's one of the things people said. The head didn't last. The head lasted on here. As you can see, I can just, if you ever want more head, when you pour down the glass, just turn sooner to get more head to it, or you elevate your pour. That'll create more head. It's that simple. And you can see that much of a pour create that much head. So I totally disagree that you don't have any head. If I would continue to pour, typically halfway to 2/3 up the cup, you would turn from this way to go straight to the head, depending on the beer style. This to me meets the criteria. I give it 2 thumbs up. And it's something, if you're laying on the beach, it's an excellent beer to have laying on the beach. Excellent beer to take fishing. It's an excellent beer if you're going to have like jerk chicken, like my wife likes the jerk chicken, the pulled pork. If you want to go out, get some seafood, light fare like steamed shrimp.
Chilling with friends.
Yeah, just chilling with friends, you know, or if you will sit down on a hot day, have a nice beer, try something different, island style, you know, beer. I mean, basically, you can get a little bit this. It's a little bit heavier than some Pilsners, not quite as light. 5%, 4.5, 5.5, average of most beers for your alcohol content. If somebody slams something, know the style. Hits every criteria of the style, period. And you know, this was originally owned by one of the large cigarette companies cigar companies, excuse me, that had purchased it from the brewer, and they make some outstanding cigars that take on the Cubans head to head, and actually some of their cigars are best in their class. So I knew if they had it prior to selling it to Anheuser-Busch, it was going to be a good beer. Anyway, that aside, 2 thumbs up. I just wanted to let you know that review. Look for more Backwoods Billy reviews. Now today, Backwoods Billy's a little tired because my wife and I acquired a few chickens and they're driving me crazy. So, got the farmyard living. So anyway, the rooster got me up at like what, 4 o'clock this morning. Not my usual right. Look, we're getting a little bit of rain. This happened a little bit earlier today too. It'll stop. Anyway, we're heading into spring. When is the official spring? A few more days.
Spring ahead tonight.
Yeah.
Daylight saving time.
Yep. And we're almost, today's the 13th, we're almost to St. Patty's Day, so you'll see a review of Guinness Stout. Anyway, thanks for your time. Have a great day.